I'm looking forward to our weekly return.
Me too.
Eventually, one day.
Cold opening today. Family Thanksgiving in Turn Peaks in the year 1880s.
Beautiful.
Got Magdalena, Mitchell, Rasmus, Portia, Dolly, Daisy, Desmond, and Penelope. Who would you like to be?
Who is Dolly Daisy?
It's unclear.
Now we've got relatives even we don't know.
Excuse me.
I will be Rasmus and Portia and Desmond. You can be whoever else is left.
Okay.
Who shang you?
Nom 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 nom. Oh, kids, and Magdalena. Kids, and action. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. Ah, this raccoon is delicious. Which one of you bloody marvels picked it up off ground?
I found that, Rasmus.
Ah, and look, baby Rex is crying in his crib with his iron heart pumping like a machine. He is a miracle of modern 1880s science. He's a miracle of steampunk science.
He's crying for some raccoon bacon.
And now let us all say what we are thankful for here on this most Thanksgiving of all days. I am thankful for my many legs and the vole harvest, the most recent vole harvest, not the one from last year, what we do not talk about.
No, voleless.
Well, I'm Mitchell, and I am thankful for Wings Africa, a delicious smelling plant from our garden.
And I, Dolly Daisy, mental on the wireless. Oh, hold on, turn on the wireless. It's time for J. Gordon Pentecost.
Click.
It's 7:06. Do you know where your wind chimes are? It's 7:06. Do you know where your wind chimes are?
Hello and welcome to J. Gordon Pentecost on the Judgmental Hour. But I've got a note here for, it says, from Dolly Daisy to my lovely relative, Magdalena. The connection is unclear. You cannot falter the will of scarecrow legs, it says. That's just from Corinthians 2:10, 4:20. So, thank you, bye.
Ah, that's beautiful what you did for me, Dolly Daisy.
Yeah, I know, and now you owe me some chocolate. like Charlie Bucket.
Not only is it the best radio station, it is the only radio station in the 1800s.
But Rasmus, what are you thankful for?
My new business. My new business. Handkerchiefs and artisan bespoke wooden necks. My new business.
I, Portia, possibly your wife, I love capitalism and all the new talkies with Marlon Brando and Marty McFly and that fella what has the house dropped on him.
Betty Wildcard Davis.
Desmond, what do you like?
I'm a fan of that bright light heart at the centre of the forest that keeps everyone alive and awake. It must remain lit. How about you, my beautiful wife, Penelope?
Note! Maude, it's a good cast. Season 10 or 11 or 15 or something. She's a ruined apple pie with unruined club sandwiches. I'm putting a lot of effort in here cause Zaz ragged on me for not bothering the last time. She's a shameless skinner. Dippo. Escape death not once, not twice, but twice. I think I did this verse in the last episode, so I'll skim a bit further down the page. It's a sinister, needless Maude, no wintergreen, 5 a.m. early bird riser. It's the Maude Flanders Internet Podcast, episode 100. Really, it's episode 77. Who would have believed it?
Who would have even thought we would have said this 77 times?
Who would have even thought it? Not me, I'll tell you.
That's 77th disbelief, SSDB.
But at least we've got something to celebrate as Soichi and Rod Hobgoblin, the brother of her actual husband, Are they getting married in the woods? Brilliant. Are you the priest?
Well, everything happens in the woods here. We're in the woods. I'm somewhat disappointed in Soichi's choices here, but I still think she doesn't fully know that's not Todd.
Are you saying she thinks all hobgoblins are the same?
I'm saying she thinks these two specific hobgoblins are the same.
Oh, they are twins, identical twins. And the only difference is that Rod has half of his face disfigured from that Wendigo incident.
Oh yeah, the one from season 3.5.
Exactly.
Wendigo season.
Anyway, the wedding's beautiful and all that, but what's over there? Snake into Udder's camel.
Exactly.
I tell you what, instead of snaking into that Udder's camel, why don't you and I sneak into the Udder's camp?
That's a better idea. That's a
here.
more coherent plan.
Yeah, squeeze these udders, and we'll probably be able to squeeze between them while we're squeezing them. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze.
Moo, there's 3 people sat there on the beach in this Udder's camp that they all look exactly the same.
I recognise one of them, though. The one that looks like the others.
Yes, I recognise 3 of them. I'm seeing triple here. 9 Cindys.
Hold on, Gindy, aren't you Gindy, the driver what drove us away from Bill Clinton and Roger Murdoch last year?
Yes.
Laurie, Gindy.
I've never met you. I don't think I wasn't there, was I? I was trapped in the mind of another man at that point.
But Gindy, who are these 2 delightful identical twins that are with you?
Candy, Dondi.
Dondi too?
Aye.
Anyway, what have you got to say for yourself, you two? Oh, no.
What have we got?
Alright, we'll leave you to it. We're sitting on the beach there waiting for the tide to come in, are you? Yeah.
Busy.
Secret. Alright, whatever. Let's make our way into the centre of this Udder's camp. But meanwhile, let's do some sponsors. Meat, have cows, man. Gravy, sauce, carcasses, carnivores, bacon, divine value.
Sponsor, Juliet, the newest Udder. Is she good? Is she bad? Is she just there?
Several seasons. Sponsor, the man who coughed in the audience, Millionaires, Tarrant Death Squad, August 1963, English fraudster, British Army Major, and computer repairman, Harry Tarrant, remembered well.
Sponsor, hang on. Sponsor. Cats, mystical island cats, but also, you know what it's time for now.
Yes, I do.
I don't even know how this is going to work. I believe I'm just going to read it to you again now. Then I'm going to completely replace it. So whatever you say won't matter.
Brilliant.
I will, if you have any opinions, sure.
Keep them to yourself.
Just don't tell anybody. Time for sponsor race.
It's the Modcast official sponsor race episode 2.
Remaining contestants 13, still after a shock double save.
Welcome back all 13 sponsor supremes. For mini challenge 2, please welcome a very special guest, Stamp.
Bloody hell, Nathan. 7 to 8 seconds of noise, bloody hell. Good. I can definitely do that without being disturbed. I can definitely do 7 seconds.
The mini challenge is avoid the cats he throws at you. Go.
Okay. Wow. You're all very scratched up. Anywho, the winners of today's mini challenge are Jacques the Reader and Cerebus the Aardvark. You have both won a collection of Stamps cats.
Que tout a commencé en Grèce.
Maxi Challenge #2. It's the talent show. Good luck. I don't think this is about love here. This is about S8E6, but not saying that.
For her talent, the Log Lady of S.H.I.E.L.D. will communicate messages from trees provided by Absolute Vodka.
For his talent, Fu Chengyu will make billions of Chinese yuan disappear.
For its talent, Cerebus will perform a sword fighting routine.
For her performance, Vivacious will reveal 15 Ornatius about her person while giving the fiercest runway walk in the sponsor Maude story.
For her talent, 124 girl will roll her eyes in perfect time to Proud Mary by Tina Turner.
For his talent, Onion will fly through flaming hoops whilst cheekily saying, "Aye."
For his talent, Scott Walker, R.I.P., will recite a poem about how he is not a recluse.
For her talent, I Am Your Grandma will perform the I Am Your Grandma song live with fire.
For his talent, Ionis Zacassis will design and construct a functioning cathedral from the Log Lady's disposed trees.
For her talent, Cindy Chandler will vanish almost literally mid-sentence.
For his talent, Derrida will travel to the Wee Wee Principality and bring back supernatural fruit for everybody to enjoy.
For her talent, Jenny the Vixen Ryan will answer whatever question you throw at her whilst also hula hooping.
For her talent, Francis Potter will comically box a kangaroo like in a silent film.
Xenakis, Vivacious, Fu Chengyu, Scott Walker, 124 Girl, Onion, Cindy, Jenny the Vixen Ryan, Derrida, Log Lady of S.H.I.E.L.D., Cerebus, I Am Your Grandma, and Francis Potter all slayed this week's challenge. Finger snaps to the entire cast.
Welcome to the main stage of the Maudecast official sponsor race. I am Nathan O'Leary. Please welcome our regular judges Brendan O'Leary and Pants Unbelief. And let's give a warm welcome to our extra special guest judge, Elizabeth Early. Welcome, Elizabeth.
Now it's time for the judges' deliberations. Queens, you may relax backstage and invest in a falafel business.
Silence, Elizabeth Hurley! Bring back our sponsors!
Welcome back, contestants. We've made some decisions, and this week you did not make it easy for us.
Scott Walker, 124 Girl, Onion, Cindy, Jenny the Vixen Ryan, Jacques the Reader, Log Lady of S.H.I.E.L.D. You all performed very well this week, and you were all safe. You may step to the back of the stage.
Yanis Xenakis, Francis Potter, Vivacious, I Am Your Grandma, Fu Chengyu, Cerebus, you represent the tops and bottoms of the week.
Yanis Xenakis, Vivacious, Congratulations, you are the two holiest rollers of the week.
Fu Chengyu, great work this week, you are safe.
Which unfortunately means Francis Potter, I Am Your Grandma, and Cerebus, you represent the wet blankets of the week. We really were nitpicking this week.
Only one of you can be safe. Francis, you are safe. You may step to the back of the stage.
Yanis Xenakis, Vivacious, the two of you will now fland ball for the win to the song No Way, No Way by the iconic Vanilla.
Good luck. I don't think this is about love here. This is about S8E6, but not saying that.
Sponsors, we have made our decision.
Yanis Xenakis, you're a winner, baby. Congratulations, you have won a platinum jewel-encrusted Maude mask. Classic BOTF shot. Vivacious, you are safe to slay another day. You may step to the back of the stage.
There was a very strong trend.
Now, will the bottom sponsors please step forward?
Yanis Xenakis, with great power comes great flan sensibility. Which of the bottom two queens have you chosen to get the chop?
I Am Your Grandma, Xenakis, has chosen you to get the chop. Now your fate rests in the hands of Maude Flanders. If you have the golden flute, you will remain in the competition.
It is chocolate.
As it is written, so it shall be done. I am your grandma. You are and always will be a superstar sponsor. Now sashay away.
That there was a time I was aware that one day I'd be dead.
I am your grandma, mama. I am your grandma.
Congratulations, sponsors, and remember, if you can't think of the children, how the hell are you going to think of anybody else? Yeah, I think I can do that better. Congratulations, sponsors, and remember, if you can't think of the children, how the hell you going to think of I blew it. One more time. Okay. Congratulations, sponsors, and remember, if you can't think of the children, how the hell are you going to think of anybody else?
May I request an amen?
Now let the music play.
Remaining contestants, 12.
That was a fun
So
one,
yeah,
though.
our first sponsor down.
Who was that? Vanilla?
I Am Your Grandma.
Welcome to the Maude Flanders Internet Museum theme park, database and hotcake restaurant. once again demolished by the very same monkeys that shoddily rebuilt it. And what with us being stuck on Sunderland Island and all that. Give me a number between 1 and 300.
131.
All threes.
More ones than threes.
131. Maude didn't show up for Ned's performance of Streetcar. Was it because it was too racy? How then does she justify turning up for Aerosmith? A youthful allowance?
I like that phrase, a youthful allowance.
Sounds like the kind of thing you'd write, to be honest.
It does. Sort of nonsensical whimsy.
Whimsical, like Will-o'-the-Wisp.
As far as we are aware, she did not show up for Streetcar. However, the more that time passes, the more background Maudes I find. So let's say we're 98% sure she's not there. I don't think it's that racy anyway, is it? It's not racy, it's just sensitive topically.
There's a lot of in Streetcar itself, there's a lot of stuff goes on, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, stuff tends to happen in most productions, with the exception of, I don't know, a bad production. Oklahoma. She'd have preferred that though. She justifies Aerosmith because she doesn't really understand what they are singing. She just likes the way it sounds. Let's go with that. And we still haven't really covered, well, I suppose we have actually in the diaries, why she specifically likes Aerosmith.
Was it Tom Parker Bass?
Tom Hamilton Bass and Laura Dern or something. But yeah, don't know, maybe she was just busy. But it seems rude to not, like the point of that episode is that Homer was being rude to Marge because he didn't know she was in a play and he barely cared. Exactly. Then Maude didn't go to watch Ned. So isn't that worse?
There's irony for you, innit?
That's
the kind of ironic part that Maude plays in The Simpsons. An irony that you only realise 25 years later.
Yes. Alanis Morissette.
Ironic Morissette.
Yes.
Flashback. Judy Finnegan. Nurse Judy Finnegan. Are you being Judy? I'm Judy Finnegan, aren't I?
I believe so.
Oh, good. I'm in the woods now. Oh, what's the year? What year is this? It is what year is this wooden corpse?
812 AD.
Thanks, corpse. Who's that washing up on the shore? Is that bloody Eamon Holmes? And who's that emerging from the wood? It's bloody better not be Lorraine Kelly.
Hello. I will help you.
Don't talk to me in that friendly tone, not after the last time we met. My ovaries are still hurting.
I will help you all, Childs. Oh, ow.
Come on, Eamon, you can do it. Push, Eamon, push. I know you're only on a dirty table in the middle of the woods, but push. Oh, brilliant, he's out. Let me gnaw this umbilical cord. Child of pure white is in pumps and ottich glows. He's glowing. Your Eamon Holmes, your dirty woodland child is glowing. Everything is calm.
Everything is calm.
Oh, I've never watched. Oh, bloody hell. What are the odds, Eamon, of you having two babies up your duff?
It's like a clown car.
How many did you put in?
I will call you Judy and Richard. No, Richard and Judy. Also Smash.
Oh, yeah, Lorraine, you've killed him.
Richard and Judy.
Oh, bloody hell, she's only run off into the forest with them two babies.
They are mine. Flashback.
We get to some content while we're out here, just creeping in the others' camp.
Let's do it. They all seem to be asleep or doing experiments on animals.
About with animals. I wonder if they're the ones that caused that zombie outbreak earlier.
Seems unlikely. They're both different species.
Hey.
But you never know.
You never know. Clip 1, season 12, episode 19. Praiseland.
Still.
Bart is on the lawn. They have just finished sorting, i.e. shredding all of Maude's belongings. Bart points, hey, Dad, something didn't get sorted. And on the ground, there is a book that looks like it's been gnawed at. It's a sketchbook, I think, says Ned as he bends down to pick up the ring-bound sketchbook signed in the top corner with dainty Maude Flanders' signature. Gas Ned picks it up. It's Maude's old sketchbook. Did he know about this? Because we certainly didn't. The Todd and Rod and all the non-Magaggy Sumps are all there. She was a little artist, you know, says Ned. Oh, says jerk-ass Homer boredly. You think you know someone, looks at his watch. Ned starts to flip through. He says, here's a house. Oh, here's a rainbow. Oh, here's a white hand shaking a black hand, he says with sad happiness. Cut then to a very well rendered picture, a generic drawing of a theme park, very well drawn. It is called Praiseland. Oh, yes, we've been doing this for so long now, I actually forgot there was an entire plot of this episode that we hadn't got to.
Yeah, we've been talking about Praiseland since like September.
And I'd forgotten, like, when Praiseland actually popped up, I was like, oh, yeah, we haven't even got to the bit with Praiseland in it yet.
No, not at all.
So this is a pink brick kind of affair with balloons and a Ferris wheel and a tree. And to be honest, it doesn't look very Jesus-y at all in any way. I would have expected Praiseland to look very Jesus-y. Anyway, he flips the page. Rides and food, she suggested. Maude's signature again there, quite nice with a little heart. It's quite an empty theme park, I point out, very generic. Flips again to a tithing pond. Oh, now I get the season 2 reference. The snake is in the apple tree, finally a biblical reference. Lisa, obviously, it looks like an amusement park, says the child. I like how Maude has signed every page, and I like, is her diary illustrated?
No.
You're right, heat with someday in it. So Maude dreamt of a vaguely delicious and delirious theme parks, I ask. And who drew them? No, but they're so good. They look like they were drawn by Korean animators. What else is in this damn sketchbook, I asked. Maude designed a Christian amusement park, and Ned looks glum or concerned. It must have been her final dream. J.H. Homer looks, oh, how about that? He says, bored. As Devil heard Todd, let's build it for her, Daddy, he says. Just like that, Todd. Come on, you little freak. Ned ruffles his hair. Oh, that's a nice thought. Rod looks glumly at his children who are either the same age or one of them is 2 years older than the others. And he makes the ridiculous nature of his tiny brother see the... Ned says, let's build an amusement park. You need lots of money, manpower, and turnstiles. Then we get a Ned's eye view of his not so tall children, and whiny Rod steps in. But Mummy wants it. She probably wanted to not get knocked to her death by a t-shirt cannon, but hey, you can't have everything. Ned looks glumly at his slightly smiling back to Rod and Todd, looks concerned, looks at the children from next door who are smiling and grinning in a creepy way, and Marge and H.J. Homer looking at his watch, predictably then goes into Namaste.
Yes, beautiful rendition. Many points to make. It is finally confirmed that she is a sketcher, and she has always been a sketcher and a thorough sketcher. And also, yes, the diary is illustrated.
Brilliant.
As you may have seen in the diary supercut.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Illustrated by Maude, yes.
Those 6 people that saw it must have really enjoyed it.
Yes, especially if they definitely watched it as well as just listened to it, all of it. There's no free, they usually do like freeze frame gags for things, don't they, like signs and stuff. This sketchbook just says sketchbook on it. Very Maude. I think we already know the answer to this, but has Ned lost his mind? Because the pages that he's flicking through have nothing on them. They're all like, as he flicks them over, they're all completely blank. There isn't a picture of a house or a rainbow or a white hand and a black hand. They're just blank pages in a sketchbook.
Don't mind if I doodly do.
They get Praiseland down to a T though, based on the image. Like the front of Praiseland is very accurate to Maude's apparent final dream. Yeah, you've already pointed out what she wanted in a theme park, which was a Ferris wheel, a helter-skelter, and a pirate ship in the trees from the first picture, and then food, a tithing pond, and an Adam and Eve snake tree. The second image, after saying the images are good and thorough, the second one looks like the work of a child. The one that says like food and rides on it. Like the first, she clearly put more effort into the first one, and then she had another 15 minutes to kill in the airport or something.
Already thinking of the diary plot?
Me?
Yes.
Possibly. I already have a diary plot.
Oh, of course.
From the book. And by plot, I mean entry. This is the closest in 12 years years of doing the Maudecast that there's been any semblance of Maude having anything of her own going on in her life, and it's a year too late. This is the first
Very
time
well
they've-
timed as well.
Yeah, super well timed. Back when everybody could. Her final dream was probably to not hit the ground face first, though. I'd say final dream, maybe dream.
I did
is-
that joke.
dream
You
is a bit of a
can't
threat.
do the same joke.
Yeah, I just didn't get to it before you. It was also worded slightly different. I do like the Homer thing in this, though. I like that he's being, we're just continuing to double down. Like, he could not care less about her in life or death, whatever her goals were, whoever she even is. He's just spent like hours shredding all of her things, and now he is just trying to get home, basically. Just clock watching until Ned has stopped mourning his wife.
And you can get him back in the dating game.
Yes, it costs a lot, but she wanted it, and my neighbours want me to do it, so yeah, let's just do it.
The creepy children are nodding.
Yeah, that angle of Rod and Todd looking up is very creepy. And what's Maude doing in this clip? She's in heaven, obviously, but because time works differently there, she's binging all 5 seasons and 3 movie specials of Stranger Things.
How about this? Time works differently there. Can she see Earth when she's still alive?
Yes.
Oh, mind blowing too.
You can see all of time and space.
Like a
As
big,
can everybody
like a big sausage.
Yes, and you just sort of pick a time and hang out there for the day.
True. Some time has passed. Some time has passed a maudeless time, as there is now giant shoes in the window. Giant shoes with a window in it, just like they had in the Bible. Ned has an apron and a glove on, and Marge is there with that tea towel on her big penis hair. Ned, I'm worried about you, she says, while he sits on the big shoe and grins at the ground like an idiot. You've been working non-stop for the past week. Ned says, well, it's been a tad harder than I thought, but I'm not complaining because I work for a sweet, sweet boss. He looks up. You're our foreman, Maude. He smiles. Jar Homer sits, bossing you around from beyond the grave, genuinely concerned. But then again, in this universe, we know that heaven and ghosts exist. So Marge gives him a grumbly look, but she definitely could be bossing him around from beyond the grave, and it wouldn't even be out of canon. So he does that finger rubbing thing where he rubs his fingers together and says, can they do that? Jar, you know they can.
T-shirt cannon. Yeah, it's a brief one. They're sat on a giant shoe. There is a bit more context. They Storytime Village, which is an odd reference. Is this that one where Lisa meets that cute lamb and decides to be a vegetarian?
Right.
They're getting stuff from that because it's closed down. So they're like repurposing things from the old Storytime Village. Don't know what he's going to do with this giant shoe. There'll be something in the Bible about that. I'm a fan of this conversation happening on a giant shoe. Keeps things different, better than just in the Flanders empty room where Maude stuff isn't anymore. Marge is worried about him because he's been working hard for a week. That's not a lot of time to be working that hard. And also, if he's managed to get up almost like a functioning theme park together in a week, she shouldn't be worried. She should be impressed.
Has he not slept for a week? Is that her point, or is he just kind of like working a bit harder than normal?
He seems fine, and she just says, you've been working hard all week, which is typical Marge because she doesn't do anything.
Lazy, innit? Does he then does he then have a total mental breakdown that means that this town has to step in and help him?
No, he just completes the park. He must sleep. And yeah, there's no time frame on how long it takes to create this theme park, but they've got things to say. It's been a week and they're at the stage they're at there. It's going pretty well. And ironically, in a much later clip, she does boss him around from beyond the grave. I think at this point in The Simpsons, though, they've not crossed that line quite yet. Oh no, yeah, they have with God. I mean, they haven't seen any ghosts, though. They haven't delved into that territory where ghosts have started popping up, so it's still sort of a thing that they don't think could happen. Foreman Maude, Quiet Monkey.
Foreman Maude, Quiet Monkey, FMQM.
Maude's in heaven. Maude's been in heaven for over a year now as well, so I think they usually throw everybody a year-long party, or a party for being there for a year, or an anniversary, as they call it on her. So all of her friends are throwing her a nice little party. Whoever her friends are, Lincoln, Tupac, whoever else I mentioned.
Amelia Earhart.
Yes, exactly. Marilyn Monroe. They wouldn't get along.
No, although she's very nice. Maybe she would.
He could be a Helen.
Now that's a diary entry I'd pay to see. The diary entry I'll be forced to listen to.
Yes, both paid to force to hear.
Clip 3, Clint Brockman on the Ken Brockman close-up of the TV. Now we go live to its founder, Nedwood Flanders. We get a face-forward Ned. What happened to those, I asked. Good morning, Kent, Ned is saying, wearing a straw boater and a big old badger Maude. Jar is dancing in the background because when he is not on screen, all the other characters should be etc., etc. The line is filled with nondescript people carrying balloons and babies. Our volunteers have done an amazing job getting the park ready here. We're going to show Springfield that faith and devotion are the wildest thrill rides of all. And I said, is that because he had a breakdown in the middle of it and the town bailed him out? But apparently that didn't happen. Jar is getting increasingly wild in the background, dancing and wiggling his belly until the generic man drags him off the screen.
Exactly. The town did help him out, just wasn't due to a breakdown. It was just due to goodwill. Krusty gave him some theatre costumes and stuff. Groundskeeper Willie provided sawdust. I believe the rich Texan probably did the most. I think he just sort of gave him the land. But a lot of people come together for. It's probably more for Ned though. Let's be honest. Like he could have said he was building any kind of theme park and they would have helped him. It's not because of the fondness of Maude.
How long is this after they first bailed him out from the Leftatorium, and then they second bailed him out by building him a new house? This is Ned's third bailout.
Is it his third? I'm trying to think if there's any more in there as well. I think they did all kick him out and send him to his death, but then the Comet bailed him out. And then they all gathered around when he selfishly held that party at the Simpsons house after Maude died. I believe they call them wakes. We've been talking about Praiseland since episode 2, and it's episode 6, and we are finally opening the gates for Praiseland.
Clip 4. The opening of Praiseland, it looks just like the drawing except for the 20-foot shepherd. There's a fairly modest crowd with all the main culprits, Mo, etc., and some fireworks. It looks like R&T have just cut the ribbon, arms aloft as a little crowd trickles in. We see a giant statue of Maude kneeling and roting. The plaque says, Maude Flanders, she taught us the joy of shame and the shame of joy. Explain, please. Ned talks to the statue with his hat off. Well, Maude, our dreams have snappily come true.
For the longest end theme song we've ever done. My first note was Big Shepherd.
Big Shepherd.
I also would have.
The Lord is my big shepherd. I shall not want.
Exactly. So not big want. If I had written this episode, I would have cut that entire last scene and put something that was had some comedy in it instead of Ned just saying yes, Praiseland is open and Homer wiggling his belly.
It was a particularly poor joke-free scene in total, wasn't it?
Yeah, unneeded. That was like 30 seconds that we could have had anything else, literally anything else happening. Like we pick another idea and use it, it's better. I would very much enjoy owning that face-forward Maude statue in terms of, I'll come back to merchandising, but if they were going to merchandise Maude, that would be a very easy thing to have made. Good luck with this.
Can you buy it?
Of course you can't.
This is Luna Sizemore, coming to you from within the very fabric of space and time. I'm Sarah Wiggum's mum. Bori and Zazelton spent 30 minutes now discussing Praiseland before realizing they weren't recording at all. They picked it back up though.
Wonderful.
We've done that bit.
Did we?
Did we?
The last thing we were looking for is Maude merchandise, and that was from the picture of the statue. Can you listen and find out?
Yes, I think so.
Where did we get up to?
Big Shepherd.
Like clip 4.
Clip 4.
I talked about that shame of joy thing for so long. I'm just going to rattle through the notes. Big Shepherd, face forward Maude statue.
Big Shepherd.
I would very much enjoy to own that statue. And then we went off in a tangent of looking for the statue, I believe.
Can you buy it? You can't buy it, we know that.
The shame of joy. She taught us the joy of shame and the shame of joy. I don't know if you know this, but I've been waiting years for us to get to this. It's a very, very fine definition of Maude. It's a tad black and white for what we've discovered, but if I was to ask to define her in a sentence, instance, I would still go for this. She does, as in an alternate universe we've talked about before. We know her better than this, but if you were to define her just there and then, this would be a good way of doing it, because she's not a lot of fun, basically. And this is them summarising that they always saw her as someone who was not a lot of fun. And I'm glad Homer Simpson wasn't in the background of this, wiggling his fat ass.
Well,
And
can't prove that.
well, yeah, he's not visible to us. And to finish, those flowers are not well drawn.
No, they look like maybe they were drawn by, maybe they were a Korean animator draw them to look like Maude's flowers.
It's possible. It's a good original idea.
Tip 5. Neddy has a cart that is stacked with Maude mugs and Maude ring binders. He is talking to Clancy and Ralhop. Now, how about a Maude mask? He says, and he puts a creepy ass mask on. A real creepy Ned. God is Ralph stares at him. What's that?
Super.
God is super. And I'm Maude and God is super, says Ned as he puts the mask on. Ralph stares at him. You know it is bad when you get this reaction from those two numbnuts. Can I sit in the car, says Ralph. We'll both sit in the car, says Poncho. I mean Clancy. Bye-bye, he says. Is that a Psycho reference, I ask?
I don't understand what you mean by Psycho.
Didn't he cut off his mum's skin and wear it in Psycho?
I think you're thinking of
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
No, A Nightmare on Elm. It's nice to see Maude's cousin, her husband's and son, supporting the park. But where is Sarah? Too emotional for her to handle, I ask for a first time. I want a Maude mask. I want a Maude figurine. I want a Maude mug. I want a Maude ring binder. I want all of this merchandise that is ironically aplenty in this universe when there is none available online, except for, do we have any?
Well, if you go to Redbubble, you have the leather rip one, which we didn't make, and then everything else related to Maude Flanders. Oh, this is a cool sticker that I've not seen before. It says low-key hostility written across Maude's face.
Yeah, that is quite
Can
good.
you get that on a t-shirt, you think? Yeah, that's good, actually. That's
Merry
brilliant.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Saz. Yeah, it's
That is cool.
ridiculous, though. $25.
Yeah, no, you could get a plain black t-shirt and do that with Tipex.
What size are you?
XL. Let's tell the world.
42 effing dollars. Oh,
Jesus
no, that's trying to send it to Japan. Where do you live? What's your address? England, UK. Well, that's not too bad. Not too bad at all, actually.
This is good use of the time.
Anyway, so that's good, that t-shirt, which you may or may not be getting for Christmas.
I'm Maude, God is super. That Let Her Rip t-shirt I own, and I don't know what I've done with it. I can't find it anywhere, but I'm a big fan of that. I was going to wear it to our finale, and I lost it.
Very good.
It's one of about 7 Maude Flanders t-shirts I have now, though, which is good.
5 of them made by us.
Yeah, we've just got into including that Maude figurine, like we've got into the business of just making our own Maude stuff.
That's what you got to do.
Which is the way forward.
And backwards.
Yes, and side to side.
Clip 6.
Maude, yes, I'm Maude, God is super. Ned really knows his wife. And for us, it's been weeks and weeks, and then also another additional 45 minutes. But it's only been 6 minutes since he cut that woman's hair off in her sleep.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was proper creepy, wasn't it? Proper creepy, Ned. To be honest, he's not coming off good, other than the fact that he's decided to build a theme park, a shitty theme park for his dead wife. He's not coming off too good in this episode.
No, he isn't. That's what they should have called the episode.
Not coming off too good.
Ned builds a shitty theme park for his dead wife.
And doesn't come off too good.
Exactly. Ned versus quality.
A Ned versus situation. View from over Maude's statue shoulder, Ned sighs. There is sad Simpsons string music playing. Oh, Maude, I made the theme park. I turned the dream of your Christian theme park into a Christian amusement park into a B amusement park. Sad shoulders. But where's Homer? I haven't seen him for 5 seconds. Homer gurns in and says, "Don't say that." Ned grabs his shoulder. He doubles down on the bad pun. It's an amusement park, he says again, as if it's the best joke in the world. He walks away to sad music to his shitty merch cart, talks to the first mask he picks up. "I'm sorry, sweetheart." A very weird classic BOTF, back of the face shot. "Please don't look at me like that. It's all a bit scary ahead." He simply tosses the mask onto the ground and and some of the whole crowd who come to watch are streaming out. And I ask, wasn't it her shitty design that made this theme park so bad? The way I see it, they actually improved it.
Shall I intervene there?
Yes.
As I did before. I like, just scroll up a bit. There was something that I enjoyed there. Can you have some of a whole crowd?
Who am I to say?
Who are we to say? I like it when Homer cares about something that doesn't matter. Like, he's not cared up until this point, but he won't stand there and let Ned belittle his own theme park. This is more of a, if he'd brought this to the funeral, Ned might have, well, Ned has completely forgiven him, but we have not. Murderous. This is, I didn't even say this, but I refer to him as Full Mental Jacket. He's talking to the mask like it's emoting, and he's, don't look at me like that, but he's holding it directly at himself. And there's people around just to see this happening. If the coming miracle didn't happen, this is where he would have lost his shit. And he would not have thrown that mask to the floor in such a manner, no matter what the situation.
No, he would not.
It is not her fault. And side note, MMG is still alive. No, MMG is still alive now. MMG is still active on The Simpsons, doing Miss Hoover and Helen. So they could have had Maude in this if they wanted to, but they clearly didn't think she could pull it off. So somehow Maude remains absent in the most Maude-centric Simpsons episode possibly ever.
Very fitting. Both Maude's absent.
Yes, BMA.
I do think that the failure of the theme park is down to her bad design.
I agree to an extent, but it's not a fun theme park. That's sort of the point, is it's all biblical. And he says something that Ralph says to him, Ralph and Clancy say, he offers him a Noah's Ark of jelly, and Wiggum says, oh, is there two of every flavour? He says, no, they're all the same flavour, plain.
Unflavoured surely was the line.
No, it was not. It was plain, but I assume that's what they were going for. Yes. People are just leaving because they're not having a good time, which is very Maude.
That would make her happy, surely. So they're not here to have a good time. It's not an amusement park.
Shame of joy.
Yeah, exactly. She told you already what she really wanted from you.
If you're basing a theme park around someone who wants you to experience the shame of joy, you're probably not onto a hit. It's like something like Noel Edmonds something.
Crinkly Bottom something. Taxi for Mr. Blobby something. Offensive Medical View something.
No deal.
As if by magic, in this universe where Molman literally comes back from the dead on a regular basis, the mask of Maude starts to float. Ned makes a gasp. The mask flaps right up in front of her face of the Maude statue and moves around. Marge gasps. It is a miracle. Even Jar is bemused. The leaving crowd... The leaving crowd run and gasp. Fucking friends they are. Luann, Lenny, Carl, Hibbert, generic Maude, Kaching, Marge and Martin's dad. They look at the mask as it is floating weirdly around the face. All around the face of the statue. It's almost like she's alive again. Clancy back from the car. Stop there.
Yes. I'm a very big fan. I don't think we've seen this in any other character, but an interior facial design.
Classic BOTF.
Yeah, it's something that we deserve at this point, and we are lucky to see, no doubt.
That's not no doubt.
The guy behind Ned, I think this is a bit later in the clip at the end, he can join the Salmon Pink Beard dynasty. I'll point him out in the...
Oh man, I've got him.
Oh yeah, yeah, that guy. He's a son of Salmon Pink Beard man.
Do I know
brother?
Who is this guy, I ask?
Yes. There's a very, right at the very end as well, there's a 3/4 Maude mask mouth just floating in and out of the corner of the shot, and it's beautiful.
Do you do a screenshot of it?
No, but I will.
You can all see that on screen right now.
People who are supporting Praiseland include the Princes, Hibbert, Lenny and Carl, Kirk and Luann, the Wiggums, and the Simpsons.
But they're all leaving. They're streaming for the door.
Well, yeah, they supported it initially, but they've all turned their back on the idea on the opening day.
Clancy comes back from the car. He says, "What's that, a floating mask? What's that floating mask? You want me to shoot everyone?" Very funny, I say. They all gasp. Clancy says, "I'm just screwing you." Oh, it's a real miracle. They are relieved. And the floating continues, and I ask, who is this guy?
Yes.
It's like a Black Adam Sandler.
He does. Yeah, yes. He's the
Zoom in on Ned, and then this Wicker Man shit. So the back of the face looks like that wooden face man off the Wicker Man, which is a reference for us, but not for them.
Yes, it is. It's very creepy. Very, good idea, and I like it a lot.
Everything's coming up, Kubla.
Yes, it's kind of what's that sun building in Japan?
The sun ship.
Sunface. It looks like Sunface with its yellow cities.
Sunface Holy Breakfast.
Some more people there as well. Brink, Jasper, people that we know to be friends of Maude. Ruth
Bumblebee
Powers is there. Edna, Dolph.
I'd never met.
Oh yes, so she's probably just looking at this statue, thinking, "Who the hell is this woman?"
I hope I can marry her dead husband soon.
Yes, her alive husband.
The monster.
You are the one that's dead. I am the one who not. Oh, we made it.
Oh, we made it almost to the end of the beginning part of the Praiseland episode.
Just one more Praiseland to go.
But
I'm dying. Sharon, why did you do that?
What's happening?
Sharon Flimplan's murdered John Poop 17.
This is for my brother.
Blam, blam, blam.
Something's happening though with glowing and shit. Who knows what it could be? Oh, we've time travelled. I think, well, something's happened. Everything flashed. We don't know where JP17 seems to be just dead on the floor.
There's
Look,
a
a
bomb.
bomb.
Shall we detonate it?
Yeah, I think we should go back to where we...
Oh shit! We've travelled back in time to where we originally were.
Yes, look, we return to the present. What's that? Oh, he's still dead.
Job done.
Crying Scaramouche.
So I would like to do a speculation while we're digging the grave for John Poop 17.
Yes.
So I would like to do a speculation while we're digging the grave for John Poop 17.
Yes. Sharon should have to do it, really. No.
I got blood on my hands. That's no excuse, Sharon.
It's done now.
If we all shirked our responsibilities every time we had the blood of our murdered victims on our hands, nothing would get done.
So get over it. I have.
He couldn't hack it, but I can. All right, whatever, Sharon. You've taken your revenge now. You've murdered that harmless hacker.
Bye.
Besides, here's a spectral speculations for. We know that Maude took a photograph with Ned's family. I want to know more about how she first met them and how they built that relationship.
Nice. I also have a speculation. Where was everybody that we were with? Were the horse people and Vivacious, and have they all just been kidnapped?
I hadn't noticed.
Oh yeah. Well, it's down to just us two and the dog that's married her, the wrong goblin. I think that.
Let's talk about that hotel option.
Yes. Ned will have pre-warned Maude because he has a negative view of his parents. So he'll have really sold it like they were going to be the worst people in the world, probably. And given that she's come from a sort of wacky family herself, where her own mother was her grandmother's leg, I think she probably thought that Ned's parents were going to be really, really bad people. And when she met them, she probably just thought, oh, they're just hippies, because they're very, very pleasant people. The issue Ned had is that they had absolutely no parenting. They were just hippies. They were just very holistic. They just roll with it. So I think Maude will have taken an immediate liking to them, and then that's probably because they knock around a bit more now, whereas he clearly didn't see them for a while. So maybe Maude was the one that bridged that gap until she stopped participating in life.
I didn't really find out what the situation was that caused them. So we know that something happened. She went to university, Oral Roberts, and she didn't. She met Ned there. I'm assuming at that point she hadn't met his family. Then, of course, she went to Edinburgh. She was kidnapped and she escaped. And I think that's kind of where we're up to in the story. So there's a big gap. Obviously,
well, I don't think she'll have met his parents for a long time because of his dislike. So I think Rod and maybe even Todd may have already been born, and that's what maybe the birth of Rod sparked the reunion, the BOR, animate baby Rod.
Well, that's all brilliant stuff. So, do we have time for diary? You think
we do, and it is about something today. I'm just gonna shelter under this tree because the other camp's getting very rainy, and I can hear that smoke monster coming.
What does smoke sound like? Anyway, what about that diary option?
Oh yeah. Where's Maude in that last clip, you ask? Considering she's not controlling the miracle, she's probably annoyed that it looks like someone is doing a miracle pretending to be her. So she's probably stomping around heaven trying to find out who the culprit is.
Probably.
Dear Diary, this week there's been lots of art shows happening in and around my home, Springfield, Notts Township. Adult Maude here. I got to speak to a lady called Astrid who sounded just like Isabella Rossellini from Friends, and she's an artist and she did a lot of artists' work, and I was very inspired. And she said, well, if you like this, how do you like apples, Maude? She said to me, and I don't particularly, but I felt bad, so I said, I love apples, why? And she pulled out a fresh sketchbook and said, well, how do you like this apple? And I didn't understand, but she said she was giving me a sketchbook, and it's really inspired me to just sit down and draw out some of my finest creative ideas. I drew my house, I drew a rainbow, I drew a white hand shaking a black hand, and then I thought the creativity was just flowing at that point, so I thought I'm going to design that theme park that I've always mentally thought about but never discussed aloud to anybody, including my husband or children, and I'm going to design the shit out of it as well. For the first image, I'm going to make it look really professional. I've finished my drawing, it looks really good. I'm going to do a second one to show what's inside the park. Okay, I didn't try as hard with that one, but it sort of nails down all the specifics that you would need to design a theme park if anything happened to me. It's got rides, it's got food. That to me is, you know, the theme is praise. I've also drawn that creature I see in my dreams, but Todd found it and he cried so hard that we had to set it on fire. So I'd say it's probably the best image I've ever drawn and will ever draw. So I'm gonna hang up my pencils. Sorry, Isabella Rossellini, but no. Bye.
Another revelation, another absolute revelation that she drew those pictures and she designed a theme park, but it wasn't an A amusement park. In the end, it was a B amusement park.
Don't say that.
Shall we sing a song to finish?
Let's.
Praiseland's finished moused.
Something to chink, iron ring, that po, inletly.
My gag is some locks her band called the Praiseland.
Sape stofo so long, rice wheel.
Abund a tree doesn't Praiseland.
Cool.
Lucky the real stems.
Maude desinged a Christina amusement park.
Oh, glumly city amusement Ned.
Let's bill it for her, Daffy.
Slight smithing, wahakadum.
Smedig West Modulus, like the East West South.
Idiot. The past. Genuinely Connor said.
Brocknam close of to where new go live to its founder Nowdward. Flanfus.
Every single word of that line is wrong.
The only one is go live to its founder. You seem to have found your stride.
The Monring and Strubicow, he.
Our Viltiers have done an amazing job getting.
The middle incredibly generic scream.
There is a fatal, modest crowd with all the main culprits voting.
When we were recording the podcast last week, we said to our station we finished with the song.
Oh yeah, I was there.
A tough drip has snaffly.
Roll up, power bottom, odd mask.
Upper clacken, dirty car.
Stouges, shoulder, bemusement.
Turn re your bemusement.
Please don't look at it a mule like that.
Suffer her walker woods remaining out, dazing.
As if by magic.
Molmana, regfuller base.
Marge gasp, it's a miss clay.
The mask, foily.
Floating sintoons.
Zooming on Ned, and then this Wicker Man shit.
The end.
The end. Episode 77. Best one yet.
Bagged.
Bagged
and fully recorded.
Please, you could copy this one at the beginning, paste this at the beginning.
I will.
Tag. Don't
And
forget
it's
tag.
goodbye to
Oh, hold on. No, we just put in Jump Up body in the ground here. What? His body is elevated from the crypt, and he's glowing.
He's glowing like some kind of island deity.
And he's pointing us towards that building. It says Scaramouche Labs.
Let's go inside of it.
Next time.
Next week. The end. Bye.
Bye.
Derrida and Cerebrus won mini challenge. Avoid cats thrown by Stamp. Maxi challenge is a talent show. You will find out the talents later. Winners Xenakis and Vivacious, who will you send home? Xenakis has chosen to send home.